This is Wilson Morales from Black Film and TV talking to the one and only director Deon Taylor, who just finished directing the last episode of Power, Book 4, Force. How's it going, Deon?
Man, it's great, man. Now that I'm talking to you, how you doing, Wilson?
Good. It's bottom of the ninth. You're brought in as the closer. Talk to me about getting this finale episode to direct.
You already know we hit that thing out the park, Wilson. What you talking about, man? You talking about we hit home runs over here, man. No, I'm excited, man. First of all, I was humbled and just honored, man, to be able to be called to do that. You know what I mean? Joseph Sikora, one of my really, really close friends, 50, someone who I've grown to love. I got the phone call, man. I'm like, yo, come shoot Power. And I'm like, all right, what is it? They like the finale. And I'm like, all right, what time you want me to buy my ticket and be there? No, it was great, man, because you're a fan. You're a fan of Power. So if you're a fan and you just love what they've been doing, to get the phone call and come through, it's like, wow, man, it's surreal. And but yeah, every moment of it, man, I was able to go back home to Chicago and shoot out there, go visit Gary where I'm from, you know what I mean? And just kind of do that was like on top of the show was phenomenal. But I'll tell you what the biggest thing that I loved about the finale was. I loved that all the actors were still Clay. I love that they all were wide open to suggestions, thoughts, a way they approach scenes. Like, I just love that, man, because you come in as a director on a finale and you're trying to figure out, like, damn, how could I get my signature on this? And it was great to be able to work with them and be able to do something really cool, which I think is going to be phenomenal.
Now, obviously, you said you're a fan. We already know, for those who watch the show, it's the finale, so you gotta kick it off with a bang, so that way we look forward to seeing season 2. Now, as a theatrical director who's done TV stuff before, do you come in with your own flair to direct one episode opposed to a film compared to how the previous episodes were done?
Yeah, I think that's what the finale is about. I think, without asking, they're saying, can you come and deliver or do what you do? Do you know what I mean? I think that's the honor of being able to do a finale. I know some of the most phenomenal directors in the world, guys that I look up, who have been able to kind of do finales. They've done a wonderful job ending those seasons. You know what I mean? And I think you got it right at the beginning, like you're called in to close the game. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, what can you do? And obviously TV is, you're working in the context of, this has already been built. Things have already been done this way since season 1 all the way to wherever you're at, episode 10 now. So you have to figure out where can you play ball at. And for me on Power, my whole thing was like, can I deal with the camera? How can I move the camera? How can I do a little bit different with cinematography? How can I, push them a little bit harder as actors? You know what I mean? How can I hold frames? How can I give you more of a thrill? And I think we achieved that all as a group, man. And, I approached it more as a fan too. Like, what would I want to see, being the fact that I love Power, So I think we got it, man. I think we did something really cool this time.
The final episode is called Family Business, and we saw here that there were a lot of family divisions, between the Flynns and Diamond and Jannard, and even Tommy and some of his family members. And so, like, we don't know, coming into this finale, who is going to live, who is going to make it. And then it turns out that, obviously this is going to air after the episode runs. Liliana, she was like the heart and soul of the show. Tommy's ride or die. And, that finale, that scene where she's laying out and Tommy's like, don't go, don't go. It's like, it's kind of like the first time you saw Tommy like break down, be very emotional about like, he's got nobody else there. Everybody else is business, but she was the family, non-family. So how was directing that scene, especially being a fan and not wanting Liliana to go, but the writers had it differently?
I was like, damn. I was in Chicago reading the script in the hotel. I was like, damn, what? So I put my eyes, my thought around it. And then we finally got to that scene. That was a great moment for me because that character never breaks. So for me as a director, that was fun because I got to really work with Joe in terms of like, how does Tommy have a moment where he cracks. And, we were able to kind of stay inside that world, that bubble that we're in, but let him be vulnerable. And I think that was a really, really cool scene. That's actually one of the coolest scenes, I think, of the finale, which is the last moment of the show, which is, losing her and him having a moment like that.
And then you have the return of Patricia as Kate, so and then, hey, we also talk about the last 5 minutes of the series. We're going back to power because you're bringing in, now you have, some of those characters back into play. What did you make out of that when you're reading the script and you're bringing in some of these members? Because you wonder, like, they didn't need it, but they brought it in there for a reason.
Yeah, I was like, wow, this is gonna be crazy, man, because you can see it's going back to the original. Do you know what I mean? It's going back to what we like. We're like, yo, this is crazy. But even remembering those characters and then them coming on set, and you'd be like, yo, there's a little bit of like, damn, I watched you in episode 3. Remember you? And just that energy, and Joe's mom. Do you know what I mean? Like, ma, you know what I mean? Like all of that was, to me, was like very, very cool as a filmmaker, but more so as a fan. And look, hats off, man. I keep trying to give that energy out there. Hats off to 50 Cent, man. Hats off to him and Courtney Kemp for just being who they are. This is an incredible moment in time. And I feel like this is like a film renaissance where people are doing things that have never been done before. We've been in this business a long time, man. We've seen only a select few African-American or brown people actually run TV. And to see this guy with multiple shows on the air, man, is absolutely phenomenal. Seriously, man, there is no way around it. There's no, I wonder if the fact that he's employing 1,000 people, putting over, 200 new actors on screen every week, man, that's crazy, man. So anyways, I'm just happy to be a part of just a little bit of it.
It's been a minute since you directed an episode, at least scripted wise, like what was that feeling that, without going along with it, as far as coming back and doing an episode, but here's at least a show that you've been following up. So it's not like you got to pick up, catch up and start watching episodes. You've been watching it. So now you're coming in, and how much control do you have in general coming in to direct an episode when everything, the script is ready, the team is already in place? Do you come in with your own team, or are you just a director for hire? You're just coming in?
No, it was great, man. I was not looking to do any TV, man. As a matter of fact, the last couple of years, I actually had stopped doing everything to focus on this year. Obviously, with John Lewis getting ready to go into production, and then I have a really big film called Free Agents, and then after that, I'm going to Blackula. So I took the time off over the last couple of years to actually focus on these 3 projects that I'm getting ready to do. But when the phone rang and it was them, I said, oh, ain't nowhere in the world, I'm not gonna go do that. But yeah, I had 50 gave me the freedom I needed to have as a filmmaker. There was a reason he called me. There was a reason Joseph Sikora wanted me there. And I knew that reason was for me to come there and be as zany and creative as I can possibly be, and to push the boundaries and do what I do. You know what I mean? And I think I delivered that, man. I don't know any other way to be but the way I am. And, that's gotten me in trouble. That's gotten me into a great place in life. That's gotten me people that don't understand. But I think that's what makes it fun, is the fact that I love art, man. I love film. I love cinema, all of it. You know what I mean? There's nothing above. There's nothing beneath. I just like the art of doing. And when they brought me in, they was like, go do what you do. Here's the script. Here's the cast. Tell me what you see, tell me how you feel. And the entire Power team was great, man. All the producers on board that were there, Richard, the whole team over there, just great people, man. Like, they just laid it out, said, show me what you think here. What do you want to be here? What does Chicago feel like this side? What if you went there? And it was also great because I'm from that area. So to be able to kind of get up underneath the train tracks, do stuff, out by the dump, be back over there by the lake, like all that stuff was just really cool for me. It was like, yo, this is fun.
Now, in every episode, there's always a moment where there's a comedic flair in there, whether it's coming out of Tommy's mouth or somebody else. And while this episode was so serious, there was that one moment where Jannard finds out that Tommy is related to to JP, and that D-Mac is his nephew, and he just has that little smirk, like, what? So it's like, how was directing that particular scene? Because it comes across is that here's that funny moment we're looking for.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. I thought that was funny as hell too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, especially when in the hospital room when he's like, wait, that white woman's what? You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
I just think that was, yeah, it's great, man. But it's what Power does well, and I think that was kind of cool about Power, unlike a lot of other shows. They're able to kind of have fun moments, you know what I mean? And it doesn't take itself so serious all the time, like the fact that Tommy's canceling Christmas. You know what I mean? Like all of that is, to me, is like, that's what makes it really fun and must see TV in a world where everyone is believing what they're saying, right? Like, come on, man. Like this is a show where you could laugh, you could be like, damn, that's crazy. It's a heart beating soap opera at time. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's so dope, so fun, so electric. It just has all those things. I believe that's why we've seen this audience grow the way it has.
Before I let you go, obviously, congratulations on this gig. You mentioned you're going to be doing the John Lewis film pretty soon. Do you have a lead already? When are you going into production?
Yeah, we start June. We do have a lead. We're not ready to announce who that is yet, but yeah, it's going to be one of the most. Look, man, I'm honored, man. I'm honored to just be a part of this project. John Lewis, Matt Rhodes, Kim, Roxanne, the whole team, Cameron Mitchell, everyone over there, attorney Ben Crump, the whole team, Robert Smith, everybody that's behind this film is like, we just know what it is. And it's so powerful that it made me stop for a year to get prepared for it. But I'm equally excited for Free Agents and also Blackula, which is the first horror movie we've ever had as people. So to be able to do that with MGM is great. Yeah, man, I'm gonna come to you first, but I want to tell you this once before we get off. And don't edit this, because if you edit this, I'm not going to talk to you no more. All right. This is for real. Don't edit this. I want to tell you, thank you, man, for being who you are. And I know that you don't like to hear this stuff all the time. Wilson, you are phenomenal, man, at what you do. And you are one of very few that have been consistent over years at being the voice for Black film, Black television, Black filmmakers, Black actors. There is no cap. You promote, you push out the news like you are supposed to without prejudice. And I just want to tell you, man, if no one else has told you, I appreciate you, man, as a filmmaker. I appreciate you as a Black man. And more importantly, I appreciate you as a creative. So please, man, keep being what you are, man. You are great, brother. Straight up, man.
I appreciate it. Hey, as long as we have you out there creating more work and more content, that gives me reason to keep doing it, because we got to support each other. We got to create a synergy so that way everybody knows that you got the work to do. I'm here to promote it, let people know, and give people the options. It's there, not wait till days or years later where all of a sudden we're being discovered. So keep doing your thing. I'm going to let you go. Great, Deon, that you're able to direct this episode. Came off fantastic. We're looking forward to your next projects.
Thank you so much, Bruce. I appreciate you, brother. Speak soon.
Take care.
All right.